It is nearly a full house tonight. The second meeting this month between rivals Osseo and Park Center in high school boys basketball. Hello and welcome to CCX coverage of Northwest Suburban Conference play. John Jacobson along with Ryan Iverson and Allie Arlton. These teams played January 3rd over at Osseo. Great game, Ryan. Osseo winning that night 60-59 in overtime.
Yeah, what more could you ask for? Very evenly teams. I'll tell you, Coach Tim Tyson and the Osseo Orioles, just when you think they might have a down year, not a lot of returning experience coming back, they're right back at it. One of the best, toughest teams you're going to play against. They got a couple of great scores, John, but they have players that know their roles and they do it really well. Park Center on the flip side, wonderful balance, extremely well coached by James Ware, and they're rivals. And I always think in high school, when you have a great rivalry, you throw out the records, you throw out whatever you want. It's going to be a dogfight, and I expect that tonight.
Osseo comes in 12-2, Park Center 12-3, and I think for Osseo, one thing that Coach Tyson told us is definitely key for his team, and certainly they were able to do this in the first game. Control the pace of play is key for them, the tempo.
Well, it's really funny. If you look at their box scores and you talk to Coach Tyson, he says, we got to keep Park Center under 60. Well, what was the score of that first meeting? 60-59. So they did just that. We've had Park Center a couple times this year on our station. They're scoring in the 70s, 80s, and even in the 90s. So I think they just get up and transition. They're so fluid, so athletic. If Osseo can slow it down, make it a half-court game, and keep it in the 50s, that's their best recipe to win tonight.
Let's look at our key players, starting with the Orioles. Emmett Page wasn't a starter last year, but boy, he has really come into his own as a varsity player this year as a senior, averaging over 21 a game.
Well, him and Zach Tyson both averaging over 21, so it's rare you get two scorers averaging into the 20s. But I love how Emmett plays. He just does whatever it takes to win. Coach Tyson talks about him and just says he's got that it factor. Averaged over 30 points a game on JV last year. Got some good minutes, made a game-winning shot. He's just a winner. He's tough. He scores. He knows his role is to really be that scorer, and he's fulfilled it really, really well.
For Park Center, one of the keys James Ware talked to us about tonight was, hey, we've got to use our size advantage that we have over Osseo to our advantage. And no better player to talk about when it comes to size than 6'9" sophomore Dane Danger.
Is that not the best name in all of high school basketball? Dane Danger. And I'll tell you what he is. He's danger to the other team's offense. He's a great shot blocker, averaging over 13 points, almost 10 rebounds, over 3 blocks. But John, I think his biggest skill set that he brings, he's such a presence defensively. He blocks shots, and that's how Park Center gets out in transition. He's such an intimidating factor. He's got great footwork. He's a great kid, too. And they're going to need him on the floor. Osseo did a nice job limiting his effectiveness the first time around. And to James Ware's point, they got the size. They got to use it. They got to find a way to play inside out tonight.
These teams played 3 times last year. They could play a 3rd time this year again in the upcoming Section 5 playoffs. Tonight, though, a great regular season meeting. Top 2 teams in the Northwest Suburban Conference's West Division. It's Osseo and Park Center, and it comes your way next, right here on CCX.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Back at Park Center High School in Brooklyn Park, John Jacobson, Ryan Iverson, and Allie Arlt for tonight's telecast. Osseo Orioles 12-2, 8-0 in the Northwest Suburban Conference West. And here's a look at their starting five for tonight. Anthony Williams is the center, 6'5" senior. Richard Mobile, the leading rebounder, 6'3" senior at forward. The guards, Emmett Page, 6'2" senior. Cornell Richardson, a 5'9" sophomore, and Zach Tyson, 6'2" senior, the team's leading scorer. For the Park Center Pirates, 12-3 on the year, 7-1 in the Northwest Suburban Conference West. Avante Parker, 6'2" senior forward. Their guards, Kahari Broadway, a 6'2" junior. Jarius Cook, 6'3" senior. Octavius Frierson, a 6'4" sophomore, and Emmanuel Tamba, 6'1" junior. And we talked about it, or you mentioned it, Ryan, in the pregame. You look at that Park Center team, really balanced scoring. There's not one guy you can necessarily focus on and try to shut down.
Well, and then when you talk about scoring points against Park Center, that's where Osseo is at a little disadvantage, being that Emmett Page and Zach Tyson, they account for, roughly 70% of their scoring. If one of them were to have a bad shooting night, they could really stall their offense.
We'll take a break. We'll come back and tip this one off. Osseo Park Center boys basketball next.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
We're about set for tip-off tonight. Let's go down to the floor now and Allie Arlt.
Hey guys, this is the matchup we have been waiting for, and ironically, both teams are claiming to be the underdog in this one. Before the game, Coach Tyson said nobody expects us to win this. Park Center's got the home court advantage, and they have the revenge factor. But Coach Ware says not so fast. Yeah, our guys are disappointed in the way the last game finished, but make no mistake, we do not have the advantage. These are equally great teams, so we're the underdog as well. So to win out today, Osseo has to be able to slow down the pace, and for Park Center, they got to take advantage of their size. Neither teams did that in the first matchup, so whoever can do that here tonight, they'll come out the top dog, guys.
Thank you, Allie. Yeah, coaches always love to be the underdog, right? They can sell that to their team.
It's so funny because I used to play against Coach Ware back in the day, and so confident and aggressive, and here he's trying to sell to us that they're the underdog at home with that size and athleticism. But yeah, you try to get any advantage you possibly can.
James Ware, great player, all-state player at Hopkins back in the mid-1990s. Went on a nice college career at Colorado State and Texas A&M. And
coached in college too. And coached in Utah State. When I coached at Delaware, we'd run into each other recruiting. And I'll tell you what I love the most about Coach Ware is the way his team has bought into they are so unselfish. If you notice, they'll give up a good shot for a great shot, and that's really a testament to Coach Ware and just the attitude that he's gotten these kids to play with.
And Tim Tyson in his 16th year as head coach, and once in a while lose some games by double digits, but it doesn't happen a lot. He has his teams in many games and winning, obviously, most of the games during his great career.
Well, him and their assistant coach, Neil Swanson, they're two of the best coaches in the state of Minnesota. They get more out of less, I think, on a year in and year out basis. And they're tough. They're very well coached. They have a scheme and a plan, and his players listen and they follow it. And he demands accountability, and you can certainly tell because they're a very, very good team. Ranked 6th in the state right now against the 7th ranked Park Center. Is that not a good matchup for Friday night basketball here at CCX?
It's a pretty good matchup.
You see a good look at Emmett Page. Had scored over 40 points the other night, so he's a very explosive offensive player, and he can do it in an abundance of ways. He can shoot. He's got great first step, quickness. And they're going to need him to be able to in attack mode tonight. They're going to need both Tyson and Emmett Page to be in the 20s.
Williams and Frierson to tip this one off. Standing room only crowd tonight at Park Center.
Yeah, we're up here at the top, John, and we can't even hardly see the floor. We're watching the monitor just because this is a packed house. And as a high school athlete, this is what you dream of. This is what you live for, these rivalry games with a great crowd.
First possession for Osseo. They go inside and they get a shot blocked by Frierson. And Park Center turns it up court. Tamba out high with the ball. Hands off on the pass to Broadway and then across to Cook. Cook having a good year, rises up for this jumper, not good. Rebound underneath, the foul up, that won't go for Parker. And then he commits a foul. And we'll go back the other way.
Well, there's Malba, number 14, so showing his impact. Only 6'3", but physical. Watch him fight for that rebound. And maybe a little flop in there at the end of it, as strong as he is, but hey, you do whatever you got to do to sell the call. And this is what I think is going to be interesting. If Park Center decides to pick up full court, if they can try to force Osseo to speed up a little bit into a turnover.
Turnover Osseo. And Richardson.
I didn't see what they called it. If he called a carry or what that was, it's hard to see. You know, the other thing in games like this, John, where nerves are amped up a little bit, who can score first, right? Who can just get into that rhythm of a normal game, make that first jump shot or layup or get to the foul line, something just to settle the nerves a little bit.
Tamba off as Broadway spins, had it ripped away briefly, but got it back, and now Frierson with it. Cook was starting to cut, now he goes to Broadway, a little off-balance shot from the baseline, won't good. Won't go. Frierson there, and he puts it up and in. And the first points of the game go to Park Center. Back quickly, Osseo on offense, back to the outside. And now they'll set up with Page up top.
And that's what makes Park Center dangerous, too, with that balance. You stop the initial shot, but you've got to box out. They're so athletic.
Tyson Williams and then outside of Richardson misses. Back comes Park Center on the move. All the way up. And a blocking foul is Tamba on the drive. Now we'll go to the line and shoot two.
And Tamba's kind of the overlooked player on this team. He's averaging 6.5 points per game. Only 6'1", but you could see how fast he was. He got that rebound and he was gone. And they just put such pressure on you in transition defense. Coach Tyson said our floor balance has to be at its best today. When you shoot a shot, our guards penetrate a lot. We've got to get back, and there you can see Park Center, how dangerous they can be in transition.
Tamba averages just under 7 points per game. One more free throw coming here for the junior. That one's in. And it's 3-0 Pirates. Richardson hands it off. On the wing, there's Page. Quickly to Mulba, and then right side coming back, Richardson. Good defense by Park Center. Osseo not a lot of open looks here in this possession, but to their credit, they're being patient as well. Page defended tough in front of that Park Center bench. Now it's Tyson with it. Tyson, and the ball was kicked, still Osseo basketball. Tamba right on top of Tyson.
I notice Tyson's wearing number 42 tonight instead of 24.
Steal for Park Center. Back they go for the jam. And Lamonte Parker.
Can he get up or what? There, the pressure of Park Center forcing the turnover. And again, you can see how dangerous that transition offense is.
Loose ball as Parker dives out for that one.
You see Coach Ware bending over to get Parker up off the ground. The teammates are all fired up. That's how you get energy level and effort. You see your teammate diving on the floor, sacrificing his body. Here's the play before. We call that the John Jacobson dunk special right there.
On a Nerf hoop when I was 12 years old. Whistle before Osseo can get a shot. We can get a foul here on the Pirates.
I'm going to say something that might come across as outrageous, but Zach Tyson reminds me of Steph Curry just in how they run him off screens. They are constantly moving, trying to get Zach an open shot because he's such a dangerous shooter. And you're going to see an ultimate awareness on him.
Page shot partially blocked. Follow-up won't go. And Park Center quickly back into the front court. Tombo picked up the foul in that last defensive possession for Park Center. Now the throw up top, and they hang on to it. Frierson releasing a pass left side to Tomba. Broadway, and then to Parker. Parker looking inside. A good patient possession here for the Pirates.
Nice move.
Ball knocked away. Parker trying to get the interior pass and then commits a foul in the backcourt, trying to get it back from Moba. That'll be two on Levante Parker.
You can see Big Dane Danger, who we talked about in the pregame, getting ready to check in. And DJ Purnell also coming in.
Well, Danger, the sophomore. DJ Purnell, 6'6" senior, also gives them some good size.
Yeah, and bad news for Osseo now when Park Center goes 4 around 1, instead of Parker down there, it's going to be Danger, and he is potent down in the post. Interesting to see how Osseo decides to guard him, and if they're changing it up possession to possession, fronting him or just doubling him, denying him the ball.
Tyson lets go on a 3 and hits. Hits about 42% of his three-point shots, averaging over 21 a game, and he gets Osseo on the board.
And you see what I mean? He doesn't need a lot of room either to get that three-pointer off.
Danger on the block. His pass goes through the lane. Drive Broadway, didn't have anywhere to go for it, and Williams blocks the pass out of bounds.
You know, when you're guarding Zach Tyson, you can't relax. You're guarding him. Here you can see it was going to be a pass. Nice job, nice help defense by Anthony Williams coming down. But even when Zach catches, he could be 4 or 5 feet behind that three-point line. You got to be up in his face. He's got a quick release, and he's just a marksman from the three-point line.
Tommy Chapman inbounding, and we're going to get a foul on Richardson out defending high, trying to force a turnover. Almost did, but instead picks up his first foul. Osseo's second team foul. Down here for Chapman. Quick release by Cook, missed on the 3. And here's Page with it for Osseo to the front court. And off for Tyson. Richardson one-on-one against Broadway. Danger's inside. He's got to come back out with a pass. That shot was not going to get off. Page traveled.
And you can see that what Park Center has the ability with their athleticism is they can ball pressure you, but they're quick enough also to stay with you on the drive. So far, doing a really nice job against Emmett Page. There's just been no lanes for him to attack the basket. And that's a big reason, too. Emmett Page puts so much pressure on the defense that a lot of times defenses collapse, and that's how they get a lot of their open looks.
3 misses badly. Tyson rebounds ahead to Page. He misses underneath, and it's out of bounds off Page. So a chance for a layup, but Page unable to convert, and it's back over to Park Center.
You know, the other funny thing, too, John, is sometimes a team's biggest strength you can use against them, right? Park Center is very good at transition offense, but maybe you could get some transition offense. That time they got a long rebound. Tyson threw it up, and that would have been an easy one for Emmett Page to kind of settle the nerves down, get an easy basket.
Broadway stops, gets the pass back out. Chapman with it. Drives into the paint. The dish off through the lane, goes Broadway. Purnell back to Broadway in the corner. Comes up short, rebound though. Underneath, Purnell up and in.
Yeah, 6'6", and not only do you got Danger at 6'9", but now you got Purnell at 6'6". He's also very long. It looked like there's a foul along the baseline. But I can tell you, you're going to see the offensive rebound here and the putback by Purnell. Watch how long. See how he uses his body there. Double pumps, takes the contact. The Park Center, did you notice, John, they could have had about 4 or 5 different shots. They're making that extra pass. That's when it's really tough to defend. You'll find defense, especially at the high school level, after 3-4 seconds, they want to relax. They don't play from pass to pass to pass, and that's so hard to defend.
There's Page, and he gets bumped, and a foul on Chapman. His first, team's 5th already for Park Center, and we're only 5.5 minutes into the game. Timeout Park Center. Chiki Okonkwo was getting ready to check in for Osseo. We'll come back to the huddle as James Ware takes the timeout here for the Pirates.
Yeah, early on here, I think the pace is to Osseo's liking. Kind of a slugfest, a little ugly. Osseo's missed a couple shots. We had Emmett Page who had that breakaway layup with the miss. I mean, this could very easily be 7-5, 7-7, but that's what Osseo kind of does. Defensively, they just muck it up enough where it's hard to get into that rhythm. And for a team like Park Center, that can be frustrating when you're used to scoring 80, 90 points per game.
Here's a look at the conference standings coming into tonight in the West Division. Osseo, 1-game lead by virtue of that win over Park Center 3 weeks ago. And Maple Grove, 3 games back, 10-4 overall, 5-3 in the conference. Osseo took it to them pretty well last Friday night. Cuttino Grace and Armstrong tied for 4th, and then Spring Lake Park and Irondale.
I know this conference lost a lot of talent, but you still got 2 really good teams at the top in Osseo, Park Center. And they both played a tough schedule. Osseo's only losses, Rochester, John Marshall, and Chanhassen, who got him earlier in the year. And, for Park Center, they've won 6 straight games. Their only losses, Minnehaha Academy and Apple Valley in Osseo. So, good schedule.
Pirates turn the turnover into points, and Chapman with a layup. That's 9-3.
Yep. Turnover into transition. That's their recipe.
Richardson takes it the distance. No one stops him, and he's got his first bucket.
And that's what you got to do. You got to attack Park Center. They're too big and physical to sit in a half-court defense.
Danger, nice little give off to Chapman, but he couldn't put it away.
And that's why you love the big fella. He is not selfish. He will make the right pass. And he draws so much attention that if you cut off of him, you can get an awful lot of open looks.
There's Page trying to free himself. Danger pops out on him. Page missing the shot. Saved in bounds. Nice job by Okonkwo. Gets the return pass from Page, but yes, it traveled. Okonkwo hit the winning free throw with just a second or so to go in the overtime. They get the win for Osseo on January 3rd.
That was great hustle there. Osseo diving, getting a second chance. Emmett Page had a switch that time. He had Danger out on him on the perimeter. I'd like to see him use his quickness, try to get to the basket maybe, instead of taking a step back 3 with that 6'9" frame right in front of you. It's a hard shot.
And in some traffic, still able to get a shot up was Tamba, and then a foul called up in the follow-up, and Danger is going to go to the line.
When you're guarding a really good big guy, you almost have to tell yourself, I'm not going to help. Because what happens is Park Center puts so much penetration pressure on you that you go over to help while you forget to box out Danger, and he can kill you on the offensive rebounds like he did on that spot. He's 6'9", and every bit, 220, 230, but he's also got those long arms too.
Fouls on Richard Moba, his first, team's 3rd. Danger's got his first point of the night. Look at their scoring so far this year. Cook 15.4 points per game. Danger 13.9, and Broadway and Purnell each up over 10 points as well. And we get a foul on Okonkwo after the offensive rebound by DJ Purnell.
You know, those are the kind of things that Coach Tyson would get upset at. Those are the little things that Osseo does right seemingly every game. They might give up height and size, but they're going to get you by boxing out every shot. Every time you give up an offensive rebound and a foul off of a missed free throw.
Tamba inbounds to Cook, who's yet to score tonight. Now it's Tamba again, hands off. Chapman starts a drive and he'll lay it up and in.
Really nice move. Tommy just got the defender on his hip, used that length. He's 6'3", finger rolled it, nice angle. And again, not able to help on that, so he's able to get an uncontested layup.
Nice pass into Page, who contorts his body, puts it off the glass and in for his first bucket.
Yep, and that's huge for a score to get that first basket, kind of get the confidence level going.
3-point try from Cook, won't go. Rebound to Moba. Oh, and trying to get it back for Stokes. Chapman intercepts, he misses, gets the ball back and then gives it right away. And the Orioles collide, and now finally it's Page to settle things down.
That looked like hot potato there for a second, JJ.
Spin move by Moba, blocked by Danger, but he's going to pick up a foul in the body.
Yep.
And the first foul tonight on Danger.
Well, that was a nice play by Moba. You know, that nice spin. You see him go right into the body. There's no question there was some contact there. And it really is. Just because you're bigger and taller, it's an art to be able to block shots without having contact. I was always taught if you're going against a shot blocker, go right into their chest. You take away the length of their arms. And a nice job, Mulberry, only 6'3", does a smart job. If you can get Danger in foul trouble, John, that changes the balance of this game.
Johnson Fala, 6'1" senior, in now for Osseo. Each team will go about 8 deep, and that's what they've done tonight so far. Melba's second one is good. Back in comes Williams, replacing Moba for Osseo. 12-8 Pirates. We played 8 minutes here in the first half. Again, the score, other than they're trailing, more to Osseo's favor, more like it. You know, Park Center not putting up a ton of points yet. Great spin move, shot up, but comes up short. It was Tamba. Here comes Stokes into the front court.
A lot of jelly and no toast there, JJ.
Yeah,
excellent move. Tamba put someone in the spin cycle and just couldn't get a control to get a good shot off.
Follow right side is a 3-ball up and in. Zach Tyson connecting.
And almost taking his dad out on that play too.
Cook comes back the other way and lays it in. His first basket tonight. Park Center up by 3.
I think that's when Cook's at his best. In transition, slash into the basket. He's a good shooter. I think he's best when he's attacking the basket. He's got such great body control.
Stokes had some problems with it out high as Frierson defends on him and causes a turnover.
That's the thing. If you can pressure Osseo, I think you can speed them up into mistakes. And you've seen Park Center tonight, when they've been able to pressure, they force turnovers. But look at the body control right there. He's going right at someone to switch. Ball in his left hand to avoid contact. That was a special play, special move.
Danger getting it back. The baseline, now they'll work it back out. Tamba to Cook. One dribble, Frierson. Danger on the block, goes to the basket and scores.
When you let him catch down there, you can see how skilled he is. Not only is he powerful, but great footwork. And if he can go to work quick like that before the help can come, then he's virtually unstoppable. You either have to front him or you got to send the second guy quicker.
Tyson tried to get a pass off, deflected. It's stolen by Park Center, and a good job by Stokes to get it back. Osseo's got the numbers. And then now the Pirates get back in defensively. Stokes will put up a 3 off the back iron. Danger elevates for the rebound.
He said, give me that. You little guys, that's fun that you're jumping for this, but I'll take that rebound.
Cook, for a shot. We're getting an offensive foul.
And that's going to be the second.
It's going to be on Danger, isn't it?
you know, it's going to be an illegal screen on Danger. And those are the kind of fouls as a big fella who's so valuable. You got to avoid, right? You want to have your fouls be useful. And getting those kind of fouls, you can see he's frustrated. I thought the Park Center defense on that last transition was wonderful. It was 4-on-2, and they didn't give up a layup. They instead forced a contested three-point shot. Really good defense.
Osseo with the basketball. They've trailed the whole way here, down by 5. There's Tyson. And a Page. Page will drive up short on the layup try. Follow up, Okonkwo, that won't go, and rebounded by Park Center by Purnell. Good move, and on the little reverse layup for 2 for Tamba.
And you see how fast they got out. They run their lanes well. They just put constant pressure on you. I think if you're playing Park Center, as good as they are at slashing and getting to the rim, you almost are better off just packing the middle of the lane, making them beat you from the outside. And if they happen to be hitting all their shots, they're just going to be tough to beat.
Page 3, that's long. Ball tipped up. Mulba trying to keep control of it, and he ties up. Jump ball, he and Purnell tie up. And it will be Park Center basketball.
You can remember, Mulba's only 6'3", John, and just great effort and great athleticism going up to try to keep that second possession going for him.
Tamba will walk it up here for the Pirates. They stretch their lead to 7. Backing down his defender is Purnell, and he puts in 2 more.
You know, really well defended, too. He just pounded it and just exploded up, and there was nothing anyone on Osseo could do.
Tyson 3 won't go, and it's tipped out of bounds off the hands of Fala.
You know, and for most people, you'd say that's not a good shot. But for Tyson, he's hit 2 of them just like that already. And that's your guy that you need to score. And they got to try to find a way to get him a couple of easy looks so he doesn't have to work so hard to get a good look.
And a turnover and a steal here. Fala taking it hard to the basket, and he has fouled hard and will go to the line.
Well, Fala did a nice job. He was playing in the post. He got around, got the steal. And watch him tap it to himself right here. Beautiful play, smart play. And a nice, actually great hard foul. That's what you want. Nothing malicious. That was just a good hard foul. And I always say, if you're going to foul someone in a layup, don't let him get the shot off. So that was a smart play.
Ryerson picking up the foul as Fala gets the first point tonight. Danger back into the lineup along with Cook for Park Center. I like that they're bringing him back in. I don't like when guys sit for like 12 minutes with 2 fouls. And, you know,
I would say
it's a third, yes.
What's the
obviously?
If you're not playing him, what's the point anyways, right? I totally agree. My son Max had 4 fouls in the first half in a tournament. I kept him in.
Did he foul out?
No, he didn't. No? So I'm a big believer. Right? You don't want them to change how they're playing, not be aggressive or physical, but if you trust the player and you can say, listen, you got 2, we can't have you get a third. Look at the footwork. I don't know if I'm watching the Houston Rockets from the early 90s. Is that Akeem Olajuwon or Dane Danger? How in high school do you defend that, John?
That's a great
6'9", quick spin with that long extension on the 10-foot jump. I mean, that's unbelievable talent right there.
Here's Mulba. Bounce pass inside, and good job getting position by Fala and able to get it up and under. And he knew Danger couldn't foul him either.
That's a great point. That's just a heads-up play, knowing the shot blocker was probably going to be a little passive.
Yeah, not on the offensive end, though. He goes right to the hole.
And you're seeing he's got a great first step. He's extremely quick for a guy that's 6'9". He's a sophomore, but he's only 15. So, I mean, he could just be a freshman still. He's still learning how that big body works and learning the game and the angles. And as good as he is now, when he figures it out even more, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
And a foul on Cook. A little hold on Tyson as he was cutting across the lane.
Well, and the problem with that, too, is you're following an excellent free throw shooter. And that's a credit to Osseo and to Zach Tyson. He moves very well without the ball. You can see he's a phenomenal free throw shooter. When you're chasing a shooter like that, you don't want to be physical. You don't want to have contact. You just want to get on their hip and trail them everywhere they go. And know that you got help on a screen or help on a curl. But you don't want to follow a great shooter, give him 2 free throws, especially to get his rhythm going.
84% free throw shooter coming into play tonight.
Yeah.
Ball lost in the lane by Chapman. Orioles keep it alive, and now they have control of the ball briefly, and it's back to Page and through his hands.
It's something on this side of the court. We've seen that hot potato where Park Center 2 down there. It's okay to just hang on to it. Watch right here. Quickly, get rid of it right here. Now quickly get rid of it. I mean, just slow down, hold on. And it leads to, that turnover leads to another danger layup.
Lead back up to 9.
You're playing on the road in a tough environment. You can't have those kind of turnovers because they result in points like that.
Page like to get himself going offensively, almost over and back. Tim Tyson trying to get a timeout and drives all the way to the basket, and he scores.
Well, Coach Tyson was calling timeout for about 10 seconds.
Cook exploding offensive foul. Blocked by Mulba.
Well, didn't Coach Tyson say Mulba just does everything we need? He does all the dirty work. Rebound. Watch him come over on the body. He gets off of danger, clearly gets set, and I can tell you from experience that does not feel good. That hurts. And as a teammate, when your teammate's sacrificing his body like that, that's what fires you up.
Cook will come out. He's got 2 fouls now. James Ware's got a few words of encouragement there for him or something.
Oh, look at this.
All the way to the basket. It's Page again. Back-to-back trips down the floor, and Emmett Page now with 6 points, and Osseo's back to within 5. Under 4 minutes to play first half.
And just no help on Park Center. That time, Page able to just go coast to coast right down the center of the floor. And that's where you need danger. There's a timeout by Coach Ware. Where maybe the 2 fouls on danger, a little bit more tentative on the defensive end, but smart play by Osseo.
Park Center 26, Osseo 21. Pirates have led by 9 a couple of times here in this first half, but back down to 5 now.
This is the play at Coach Tyson. You can see him in the background. He called timeout for a good 5 seconds. That's one of those where, nope, no timeout. We'll take the layup. And again, that time you could see DJ Purnell, number 11, 6'6", late at getting help. You know, that's where you got to come off your guy. You just never want to allow an uncontested layup like that. And the other thing it does is, you know, Page has struggled a little bit tonight. And he's had a couple of easy buckets here the last time down the floor. You don't want to give a scorer a sniff of being in a rhythm like that.
Osseo will be in the double bonus the rest of this half. Nobody with 3 fouls, but Parker, Cook, and Danger all 2 fouls for Park Center. Nobody on Osseo with more than 1.
I wouldn't be surprised at all here to see the ball go down low to Danger. And if nothing else, they're going to force Osseo to either double or rotate, maybe get a cutter off of it. But they've had great success playing through Danger. He's got 9 early points.
Chapman trying to go into Danger, and we get a hold and a foul on Osseo. Well, it's going to be on Mulba. That's his second. Inbound for Chapman. Out high, here's Purnell. Here's Broadway. Danger. One dribble and then back out. On the left side, with Broadway, 15-footer. Good off the glass and rebounded by Osseo. Here comes Page attacking again. Missed it, but gets his own rebound. Lob inside, and Broadway able to get the steal. Ahead to Danger. Look out.
Yeah.
Offensive foul.
What a heads-up play. I didn't see who took that. But again, that's where Danger just has to have better recognition. Hey, I got 2 fouls. Either give it to a guard or come to a jump stop. And clearly, I think that was Mulba again.
Yes.
Wow, 2 big plays he did on defense. Drawing charge, and I tell you, that could be the momentum changer here in this first half. Because Danger, they haven't really had an answer for. 9 points, a bunch of rebounds. And you get that 3rd foul on something like that, that's a big, big play.
Mulba. Tyson. Purnell out on him. To Mulba. Trying to go inside with a pass. Does, and finished off by Williams.
And again, you see the difference without Danger down low there, right? There's just not that shot blocker. Purnell can do it, but it's not the same when you have that 6'9" frame out of there.
Chapman lost it, got it back, and somehow able to drop that one in.
That was athletic.
Center by 5 with 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Lob down low, Williams, and 1.
That was a great, great offensive set. Osseo took a little time, kind of ran a high ball screen, and just a beautiful pass over the top. Watch Williams roll, and that ball just perfectly delivered, and some contact late. And I'll tell you, Osseo, what looked like it was really going to be all Park Center in this first half, slowly chipped away, some big plays defensively, some big charges, and just like that, have a chance to make it a 2-point game.
We lost some time on the game clock, I believe is what the issue is here. Let's see if they're going to put, they're going to put 19 seconds back up on the clock. It did not stop initially after the foul on Williams. So now we're set, 1:51 to play in the half. And Osseo chance to get it down to 2.
Not easy too, especially on the road in this environment, but all the credit in the world to him. And Anthony Williams has to play big. He's 6'5", only a sophomore, or excuse me, he's a senior, but he's got to play bigger than that, and he has. That was a big 3-point play. And just like that, we got a great ball game.
He was a great player in football.
Yes, he
played in the All-Star game at US Bank Stadium in December. And backing down as defender, it's Purnell for 2. He's got 6 points now.
We got a battle, number 11 versus number 11 here, consecutive buckets.
Lob into the paint, Okonkwo turns and scores.
See how he took his time there, gathered, used his power, got a good angle, and again, not so worried about a shot blocker. You can relax a little bit. You don't have to speed up as much.
Here's Purnell.
Yep.
And he turned the ball over.
Yep. Well, kind of a different situation at Osseo. Neil Swanson, the assistant coach, he calls the offense. He calls all the offensive sets, and on defense, Coach Tyson is really in charge of that. So you almost have two different coordinators. You can see both coaches up right now communicating what they want.
Okonkwo and Williams ties it up.
What a smart play. They use Tyson to set that screen, and you're so worried about Tyson coming off for a 3. The defense relaxes, or if they follow Tyson, and Okonkwo just slips right down the middle of the paint. And guess what, JJ? We got a tie ball game.
9-point lead for Park Center has evaporated with 30 seconds to go. Looks like the Pirates will hold for one. Now to 15, Chapman checking back to his bench. Now 10, they'll get things going. Chapman, lob down low, off the iron. Tyson's got it. Osseo get a last shot up, not good. Tip up is in at the buzzer by Williams.
Wow.
Anthony Williams, 9 points late in the first half. And Osseo's got its first lead of the game at halftime at 32-30.
Ill-advised alley-oop attempt on one end, and nice job. Zach Tyson pushes the ball, doesn't settle for a long three-pointer, tries to get to the rim, and a great job by Anderson with the tip in.
Let's go down now to Ali Arlt.
Coach, this first half shaping up to be a lot like your last matchup. Slow to start scoring, and those fouls are a problem.
Yeah, we got to stop fouling them. We're fouling too much. That's it.
You know, Coach, you guys are definitely battling. It's a 2-point game right now. What do you want to see out of the guys in the second half?
Just more communication on defense. You know, they run good action, and we just got to make sure we're still communicating out on the floor.
Do you feel you guys have been using that size to your advantage, or you want to see more in the second?
Yeah, I'd like to see us make sure that we're finding Dane when he's posting up. I don't think he's missed a shot yet, so we got to keep getting him the ball.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thanks very much, Ali, and we'll hear from Coach Tyson before the start of the second half. Osseo 32, Park Center 30. We're at halftime. We'll be back with more live coverage of the Northwest Suburban Conference basketball here on CCX Sports right after this.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Osseo up on Park Center at halftime. Our Northwest Suburban Conference boys basketball game. Don Jacobson with Ryan Iverson and Ali Arlt. Ryan, let's look at some highlights from the opening 18 minutes and a half of play here.
Yeah, up and down. This is when Park Center got off to a nice start. There's a big dunk. The energy was high in the building, and Park Center up 5-0. I thought this was a big shot for Tyson. That's not an easy shot. He was a good 6 feet behind the three-point line, hand in his face. He hit 2 of those threes, and that's a beautiful drive. Nice-looking drive on that play as well.
Tommy Chapman able to finish on that hoop. Tyson another 3, and Osseo trailing, of course, much of this first half. And then Danger really effective inside in the minutes he played on.
He didn't get to play a lot because of those 3 fouls, but you're right. He had 9 early points. And there's Tamba in transition. I thought Park Center in the middle of that half had a nice job transition. This is the play of the game for me as far as talent. Just a great spin, great footwork, and a soft touch too.
And Emmett Page, he did this a couple of times in a row, right down the lane and able to score for the Orioles. Chapman again. One of his 3 baskets off the bench to start tonight.
The degree of difficulty on that shot, unbelievable. This is a great set. You can see they used Tyson to set that high opposite screen, and they're so worried about leaving Tyson open that it ends up being an easy layup for Williams. Just right before the half, just a big-time play.
Tips in the miss by Tyson, and Williams with a lot of points late. 9 now to lead the team. Tyson 8, Page with 6. And for Park Center, Danger, despite those 3 fouls, leads them with 9 points. Burnell and Chapman with 6 points each. Park Center 14 field goals, 2 out of 4 free throws. For Osseo, 12 field goals, 2 of them threes, 6 of 7 from the line.
2 plays on there that aren't going to make much highlight films, but Richard Malva taking those 2 charges, one of them being the 3rd foul on Danger. Those are really critical plays too.
Orioles by 2 over the Pirates at halftime. We'll take a break, come back with more halftime from Park Center High School after this.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
Osseo 32, Park Center 30 at halftime. Let's go down the sideline again and Allie Arlt.
Coach, with only a few minutes left in the first half, you guys still only had 15 points. How are you guys able to establish a little more offense there?
Well, I thought our defense picked up a little bit in the second half. We started to create opportunities for us down on the offensive side. Credit Park Center, though. They're playing awesome defense that slowed our half-court offense down. But I thought our transition offense applied a very good offensive opportunities the last 4 minutes.
A clean first half for you, but I know that pace is always something that you guys focus on. How'd you like the first half pace?
Well, Park Center wants to speed it up. You could tell right away. They tried to fast break on us all the time. We started to slow it down a little bit. It's right on pace to where we want.
Where's this game going to come down to, Coach?
Execution. You know what? I was very proud of our guys the last 5 minutes of the game. It's not the first effort that counts. It's the second and third effort. The last play of the half where Zach missed the layup, but our guys sprinted down the court to tip it in. That's that second and third effort type plays we need.
Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Allie, and 2 great coaches. We got a lot of great basketball coaches in this area, don't we? Both good coaches and just good guys. And
Yeah,
these two are
absolutely.
the best right here.
They're all fun to talk to,
Yeah.
and just even when you're not doing their game, I see them at the state tournament or see them at Timberwolves game. They're just really good people and good guys. And Coach talked about keeping Park Center at underneath 60. Well, they're right at 30 at halftime. So I think the pace is definitely more to Osseo's liking. As you can take a look at the field goal numbers. I mean, look at Park Center really getting good shots, making over 50%. The key, I think, is really Park Center, no jump shots. Everything's come inside. If I'm Osseo, I'm packing that paint. I'm forcing Park Center to shoot from the perimeter. And if they start making those, then you make adjustments. But with their size advantage, I think Park Center needs to play inside out in the second half. And then, of course, when you're on the road, John, we always talk about it. They're called free throws, free points. You can see Osseo 6 for 7.
Again, to reset on the fouls. Danger with 3 fouls. Parker and Cook 2 fouls apiece for Park Center. Osseo, it's just Mobile with 2 and nobody else with more than 1. 12 team fouls whistled against Park Center in the first half. 5 against Osseo. Orioles with all 5 of their timeouts remaining. Park Center with 3 timeouts remaining here for the second half.
And I thought really the key was defensively for Park Center the last few minutes of that half. You know, you saw Emmett Page get a couple uncontested layups. You saw as soon as the big fella, Dane Danger, went out with 3 fouls, Osseo just felt comfortable attacking the rim. And Danger's going to be starting the second half. Let's see if Park Center can get back to pressuring, forcing some turnovers, see if they can get out. Oh, Danger is on the bench. See if Park Center can get out, run, get some easy buckets here.
Osseo the opening with the first possession of the second half. Page goes baseline of the basket and scores. Emmett Page with 8 points. Back the other end, Purnell unable to score, but he's fouled and he'll go to the line.
I tell you, Purnell's got that interesting mix of quickness and explosiveness, but also strength at 6'6". Again, look at him use his body. A nice little shot fake. And they've had a nice little matchup, a little one-on-one matchup between Purnell and Williams. And both had really good first halves.
Williams picks up his first foul. Purnell averaging 10.6 points per game his first time the free throw line tonight. 1 out of 2. Shot gets blocked. By a Parker shot blocked. Out of bounds. Touched by Osseo. So it's still Park Center ball.
And we've seen that a couple times off of free throws. Not boxing out by Osseo, giving second and third chance opportunities. And those are things on the road you got to be sharp on. You can't give Park Center second, third chances.
Ball stripped away, and then getting it right back is Broadway. Nice dish off, and up and in for 2 is Cook.
I tell you, Cook's been very quiet tonight. That's only his 4th point of the night. Again, their leading scorer over 15 points per game. See if that can jumpstart him a little bit.
Page can't drive this time. Tyson into some traffic. Back out. Page, 3 from the corner. In and out and rebounded by Purnell. Pirates want to run. Cook will turn and fire a 3. Short, tipped up and out of bounds off of Parker.
I've noticed with Cook, he's been short on all of his jump shots. It just looks like he's maybe a little fatigued or just not quite getting his legs into his jump shot.
Orioles up by 2 at halftime, lead it by 1. Just a minute in here into the second half. Games both part of section 5-4A. We're going to get a steal for Park Center. Tomba, and a block.
Oh, my.
Moba getting up and blocking the shot of Emmanuel Tomba.
Wow. Watch how high Moba gets on this. Look at where he took off from. Oh, yeah, he
got
definitely
out of body,
yeah, never mind. I thought he got that against the backboard. There was definitely some body in that.
Then on Moba, that's his 3rd foul.
And that's huge because he's such a glue guy for them. Kind of does everything. But, you know, credit Tomba attacking the basket, putting the pressure on, and at the same time, that's a foul you'll live with. Moba not giving up a layup. And he's making darn sure he he didn't score it and get fouled. There was no question he was not going to get the shot off as well.
Johnson Fala, 6'1" senior in now as Mobile will come out. Tomba 1 out of 2. And Osseo keeps it alive, and they've got the basketball.
That was a great play by Emmett Page. You see that as he was falling down. If he would have just held that, it probably would have been a travel. Had the wherewithal to just, beautiful backdoor.
Tyson, the pass from Fala, scores.
That's a brilliant set. I don't know if that was designed or not, but such an awareness on where Tyson is and how do you overcome that? How do you counter that? A little backdoor action. Beautiful call and execution. And you heard Tim Tyson say it's going to come down to execution. You can't execute much better than that.
A stutter step and then another one, and this time Purnell's called on it.
Yeah. I actually thought he got away with the first one. It looked like he shuffled both of his feet, but watch the setup there. Tyson, he's so used to coming off screens for threes that you just naturally go with him. Nice change of speed, change of direction, easy layup.
Page to Tyson, back to Page. He'll dial up another three. This one long and rebounded by Parker. B.J. Purnell front court. Handoff, here's Broadway. Goes up for the jumper, then got it to Tomba, and then back out on the pass to Broadway. Broadway starts to attack. Trying to take Fala off the dribble, goes back, jumper, Purnell well short on the three and out of bounds.
This game isn't going to win beauty awards tonight, but don't you love how both teams compete defensively?
Yes.
If you just love basketball, you're probably not going to get a ton of highlights. Backdoors aren't fun. Taking charges aren't fun, but as a coach and someone, if you love basketball, man, this is beautiful to watch.
Well, a great job by Page, a little body control so he didn't get a charge, and he scores. Here's Tomba the other end. Kicks it back out after the drive. Tough try for Broadway to get a shot up, and he gets fouled.
We saw a couple of really similar plays in the first half where you can see Page kind of breaks a little bit of that pressure, and there's just not enough help. You got to stop the ball earlier. And as long as DJ Purnell is at 6'6", if you let Page get that kind of head of steam going to the rim, man, you're not going to stop him. They got to do a better job stopping that ball earlier.
Following Richardson, his second. Dangerous back into the lineup. Shot up, tough one. Follow-up, though, by Parker is up and in after the missed initial shot. Back at the other end, Page trying to go at the hoop and missed. And rebounded by Parker. Quick outlet, Tomba, the danger, and lost it to Tyson. Ahead to Fala. Back out, Page, pull-up three is good. His first three-pointer, he's got 7 points here in the second half, and Osseo with its biggest lead of the game at 5.
Yeah, all of his buckets have been getting to the basket that time. Nice job in transition. His game kind of reminds you of an Isaiah Thomas of the Cleveland Cavaliers. That lefty, just so quick. Great body control, too.
Osseo foul here. Going to be on Fala. His fourth, already the fourth team foul on Osseo here in the second half. Park Center has a committed one. Oh, and they're going to call one there on Cook. And he can't believe it.
Yeah, see, on a call like that where it's right under the basket, a lot of times you'll see referees either call nothing or give the shooter the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, that's pretty close. That's
a tough one.
Yeah. I always argue those are the toughest calls for referees to make because we don't have that restricted line like they do in the NBA, but excellent job, good scouting report defensively, and that's where Cook just got to, jump straight up, straight down.
It's Cook's third. Followed from the corner, short, and Danger up for the rebound. He'll dribble it up himself. He doesn't need a guard. Danger to the basket, and he's going to go to the line to shoot two.
These 6'9" centers can get the rebound, bring it up court, have a little shake on their game. And you notice what hand he finished with too? Left hand. You can use both hands really, really well. He's got a world of skill.
Fouls on Williams, his second. As the numbers on Danger, all those points coming in the first half. Tommy Chapman back in, and Levante Parker out. Second one short and rebounded by Richardson. Here comes Osseo into the front court. 4-point lead, under 14 to play in the second half. Richardson driving past Cook, but missed the shot. Danger gets knocked down at midcourt. Osseo back with a jumper. Back iron, not good. Tyson foul up. That won't go. Out of bounds. And it's off Osseo.
Is that Richardson that pulled up on that shot?
Yes.
And that's where you got Tyson wide open on the wing there for three. That's where one more pass to your senior sharpshooter. That could have been a big play. I assume they get a three out of that, John. Then they're up 7, right? Instead, out of bounds, no basket. But a great job picking Danger's pocket.
Purnell turns in the paint, not good. Danger trying to crash the boards, didn't get to it. Back at the other end, Richardson finishes. Quick outlet by Osseo, and Richardson able to finish at the end.
Oh, we talked about offensive transition for the Pirates. That time, Osseo, nice job getting the rebound, and you could see straight ahead, Richardson streaking down the court.
Page commits a foul, reaching around Frierson here. Page doesn't come out very often. It's going to get a brief rest here. Mulba back in. And layup by Richardson on the fast break. Chapman inbounding on the block. Tomba up, around and in. Tomba now with 6 points. 43-39 Orioles. Tyson open three, missed, rebounded by Danger. And then out to the wing. I couldn't see the player there because we're blocked by the crowd. Tomba able to get it. Now it's back to Danger, and he's fouled from behind.
Well, on that last play for Osseo, that was probably the best, cleanest look that Tyson has had all game long. Came off a screen, got to square up, didn't have anyone in his face, and just missed that one. That's a rare miss. And interesting here, we got 7 team fouls already on Osseo, but Park Center is going to be in the bonus the rest of the way. That could be a big advantage, especially when you have the size, right? You got to use that, force Osseo to foul you. You're going to shoot free throws here from here on out for 12 minutes.
The foul's on Williams, so he has 3 fouls now. Danger doesn't get the bonus, and then we're going to get a foul on Park Center, yes. Frierson. Yeah. His second, just the team's second of the half.
Interesting, too. Park Center is going to apply a little full court pressure. Osseo's done a pretty good job attacking out of this. We've seen a lot of Emmett Page layups once he's broken the pressure.
Tried to trap him at half court, but couldn't.
Oh, good
pass into the lane, and it's a stolen by Park Center. 2-on-1. Follow-up, Chapman with the offensive board and put back.
Yeah, follow for Osseo. He's not. There's 2 back-to-back turnovers. Fowler's got to slow down with that ball. He's so anxious to get rid of it. That time it was Emmett Page. But good defense. But watch this. Watch your screen. Watch Chapman just come flying in. He's a really good athlete. Only 6'3", but he's strong and he's athletic.
Chapman rises up, short jumper up and in for Tommy. He's got 10 points, and we're tied at 43. 6 in a row for Park Center. Pass comes back out, Tyson. Now into the hands of Page.
Every time Osseo's needed a bucket, they've run a set play. They've been able to get a decent look, whether it be a backdoor, a screen, or some type of motion where they can get a lane. Maybe Page can get a direct lane to the basket.
Page, now it's the right side, Mobile holding. Page was cutting, but he comes back out with the pass to Fala. Falls down, gets back up, keeps his dribble. Fala drive, pass Broadway, couldn't quite get it to go. And Danger rebounds. Broadway into the front court. Pirates trying to get back into the lead here for the first time this half.
And there's Danger had the position underneath there. They just missed it.
Chapman misses, ball out of bounds off Danger.
Oh, wow, I thought that was off of Osseo.
Looks like it might have got off of Okonkwo. Page, Danger was right there as well. So it's going to be Osseo basketball.
So Okonkwo was guarding Danger.
Oh, they're going to change it.
Yeah, that's the right call. But Danger has seven inches on that matchup, and Park Center never even looked down low. They would have thrown that over the top. That would have been a turn and dunk for Danger. And a good job by the referees too, getting together, getting the call right. That's always an important thing.
Tamba in Danger, holding in the corner. And ball tipped and stolen by Fala. Gets it to Tyson. He'll go to the basket, missed. Follow up by Mulva, not good. Park Center back the other way. Broadway a little out of control and get a blocking foul. He was close to traveling, but I think the foul is the right call here. And Broadway will go to the line for a 1-1.
You know, probably not a bad foul. You end up sending them to the free throw line for a 1-on-1, but if he doesn't foul, that's an easy layup too for Tamba. So not a bad foul. And I love the move that Tyson had on the other end of the floor. He just didn't quite finish it. Didn't get a good angle, but a really quick, nice move to his right.
Bahar Broadway averages nearly 11 points per game. Hasn't scored tonight. Well, now he has.
He says, take that, John Jacobson.
Yes. I'm sure that's exactly what was going through his mind. With 10:07 to play. Park Center back in the lead. We got him over.
You know, you kind of feel too, I mean, Osseo had that 5-point lead. You kind of just feel Park Center's gotten the momentum back a little bit, and a lot of it's come in this little half-court trap that they've done.
Cook tried to draw a foul, nothing called. Play on, Stokes with it for Osseo. Page at the corner, Okonkwo pops to Tyson. Back out, Okonkwo. And now into the hands of Emmett Page again. Stokes turning with a whistle and a turnover.
You step out of bounds maybe on that sideline.
Turnover Osseo.
I thought Osseo did a pretty good job that first half, John, of taking care of the basketball. And these last couple minutes, really turnovers have been their downfall. They've been able to get good shots. They can make them, but they haven't gotten any shots out of quite a few of their last few possessions.
Nearing the midway point of the second half. Park Center on their home court now up by 2. Their biggest lead tonight, 9. Osseo up briefly by 6 here in the second half. Broadway to the basket, scores.
Well, he heard you when he said he hasn't scored yet. Made those 2 free throws. That time he was flying right down Broadway, right to the rim. No help for Osseo.
Stokes dribbles out of trouble. Now passes to Tyson, to Page. With Williams open. And the shot up, not good. Rebounded. Here comes Chapman. Releases to Tamba and 2 more.
Yeah, you can feel a timeout coming for Osseo. That's a big run for Park Center, and that's their strength. Great balance and great in transition offense. They get that missed shot. Zach Tyson's 3 in and out, and they are off to the races. And a beautiful pass by Chapman. And I'll tell you what, Tampa's had a heck of a game here tonight. He's got 8 points. And they just get out and they're like thoroughbreds. They just run the floor hard. Look at how many green jerseys you see already down the floor.
It is a 12-0 run for Park Center. Let's put them in the lead.
Yep. And it all started when they went to that little three-quarter court. I don't know if it's a 2-2-1 or 1-3-1, whatever it looks like. They've really taken Osseo out of their rhythm.
Our next boys basketball telecast comes up Tuesday. Robbinsdale Cooper High School. The Hawks will host Bloomington Kennedy, Metro West Conference games, 7 p.m. live on CCX. Maybe that'll be one of the stops for the media during media week for the Super Bowl, right?
What, CCA?
Cooper basketball.
Oh, I heard Tom Brady talk about it on his radio station, that he wanted to make sure he gets a Cooper game. So do you remember the name Jason Kapsner? Played basketball with me at Eden Prairie. Was a football player. Yes. He's a good friend of mine. Well, he played football at Michigan with Tom Brady as a quarterback. So he's really good. He was in Tom Brady's wedding. So I get a little inside info every once in a while from that angle. He just said Tom's the most competitive man you'll ever meet. I always thought I was, but he said, Tom, if they're eating spaghetti, it's who can eat the most spaghetti the fast. I mean, everything's just competition.
Tyson with a three, and how big is that for Osseo coming out of the timeout?
I was going to say, that's always a sign of being a well-coached team. You draw something out of a timeout, your team come out and execute it, and they did.
Tip of by Cook. It's another try at it, and Urias Cook finally able to finish.
You can see how long they really are. I mean, just 3-4 taps at it. Finally, Cook gets it to go down. It's just such a habit for kids when they play basketball. Shot goes up, you immediately look up. And then when you're playing against a big, long team like Park Center, your first instinct has to be to go back and get a body on someone.
Stokes with it, had it knocked away by Cook. A lot of contact. Moba, and now it's another steal, and right up and in by Tamba.
That time the referee was looking to explain that it was no over and back. He might have missed a little contact there, but again, the pressure of Park Center, create a turnover, and an easy layup out of it.
Page in some traffic ran into danger, and the shot just out of bounds.
Right there was definite contact, no call, and again, just Osseo speeding up a little too fast.
A little push after, though. I didn't see that initially. Watch the little push on Stokes by Chapman. Tamba, his third basket here in the second half. That one doesn't go, and rebounded by Williams, and back comes Osseo. They need a little run of their own here. Moba releases on the pass. Tough shot in the lane by Williams, doesn't go. Danger. Great outlet down court, and Cook finishes.
If your center can grab a rebound, push the ball, and then has that kind of vision, puts it right on the money. And you can start to see right now, Park Center getting whatever they want in transition. You know, Jarius Cook did not have a big first half. He's come out here, he's had a nice second half. He's got 8 points now. Watch the big fella. Look at his head up, too.
And just snaps that pass off.
Yeah, that's where Fowler's maybe got to take that extra step over and try to take another charge. Try to discourage Park Center from attacking the basket.
Richardson and Lindon, excuse me.
No, I was going to say, I could be wrong, John, but I don't think Park Center's made a three-point shot tonight, have they?
No, they have not.
You know, if I'm Osseo, I'm taking the lane away. I'm saying every defender has to have a foot in the lane and force Park Center to start shooting perimeter jump shots. Because all their points really have come in transition, second chance rebounds, and slashes and cuts to the basket and post-ups. Everything's within 5 to 6 feet of the basket.
Ball back into the hands of Zach Tyson. Now the wing, drive, through the paint, comes Richardson and gets a shot block. Cook releases up court. Lob to Broadway and a lot of traffic, and he's fouled. So no basket this time in transition, but chance for points again.
And the key to stopping transition, you got to have someone back, obviously, but I always thought the best way to do it is to pressure the guy with the ball. Make him slow down a little bit. If you give a guy free run, and Broadway knocks in another free throw, if you give him free run and he has no one in front of him, so his head is up, his vision, I think if you can pressure the ball, you slow it down a little bit, you also prevent maybe those throw-aheads from happening so easily. But it's a lot easier for me to say that up here than to actually be down there and do it against Park Center.
1 out of 2 on the free throws. Park Center, biggest lead of the night, 10 points, 56-46. They're on a 19-3 run right now. There's Williams to the basket. First points here in the second half after scoring 9 in the first.
That's the play they ran in the first half successfully. It's a little rub screen with Zach Tyson, and they're able to get some nice look off that. It's nice action.
Danger, going to be called for an offensive foul. Mulba, another good job of drawing a charge.
Yep, smart play by Mulba. That's the third charge he's drawn tonight. Yeah, and anytime that shoulder is lowered like that, it's an easy call for the referee. I'd like to see Danger, he's right outside the paint, just rise up and shoot that little 5-footer. He's got such length. There's no one out here for Osseo that could block that. And he's got such that nice touch, too.
And there's 6 minutes to go. Osseo trying to chip away more at this lead. Page defended by Broadway, almost a steal. Fowler get it back to Page. Osseo's got a reset. Now Page will start a drive. Off to Tyson. Park Center really making Osseo work here. Yep. Getting some of those easy baskets they were getting late in the first half. Williams, offensive foul. Cook drawing the charge. So 4 on Williams. And we get a timeout on the court. Park Center with a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, good timeout, too. Get a rest, get your the last 5 minutes. It's really going to come down to, can Park Center take care of the basketball, and if they can continue to get inside the lane, where they've really, every time they've done it, they're shooting a very high percentage. If I'm Osseo, I am packing that lane. I'm trying to force Park Center to take outside jump shots, or maybe even pressure them, try to create, some turnovers. Osseo got to get a couple of easy buckets. You want to get this lead down to 4 or 6 with a couple minutes left to go.
Look at the Class 4A top 10 rankings this week. Creighton-Durham Hall ranked number 1, then Hopkins number 2. Their only loss to Creighton first game of the year. They won 17 straight. Lakeville North 3, and then Ryan's alma mater, Eden Prairie at number 4, Apple Valley. Osseo Park Center 6-7, followed by Edina, Rochester, John Marshall, and North St. Paul.
Well, Osseo coming into this game 10-game winning streak, and Park Center 6-game winning streak. So lots of winning going on, and 2 of these teams in the top 7, and very deservedly so. And we got to see Hopkins earlier in the year too. Beautiful move.
Look at that move by Kahari Broadway.
Ever since you said he hasn't scored yet, he's got 7 straight points. Very impressive. We did the Armstrong Park Center game a few weeks ago, and Broadway might have been the best player on the floor that night. He's a very, very skilled player.
Okonkwo trying to back him down, and then a great give off on the pass, and Page unable to finish. Good setup, but Page couldn't do it. Chapman releasing the Tombaugh for 2.
Nice job by Chapman, just getting into the middle of the lane. He beat 2 defenders himself, so it was a 4-on-1 and a nice no-look pass. And Thomas having a good scoring game. Here's another turnover.
Steal by Chapman and a layup. And Park Center really starting to pull away now. Pirate fans on our side up on their feet. Drive to the basket, and Fala able to finish. Excuse me, Page with the basket.
We've seen a couple Osseo shots go in and out, just missing, but they're going to look back on this. I think the key really, Park Center applied the pressure and the number of turnovers in the second half. Remember, Osseo was up by 5, John, in the second half. Or excuse me, by 7, 6. I knew it was somewhere between 5 and 8, somewhere in that range. But Park Center right out of the gate just started pressuring them, turnover, and they've been just dynamic in transition.
Osseo foul is on Chike Okonkwo, his 3rd. And Tomba to the line. This is double bonus now for Park Center. First one up and in. Park Center finally was able, after the first few minutes of this first half, to get the pace that they wanted to have all night, Ryan.
Well, I mean, we talked, Coach Tyson said we got to keep the game under 60. Well, they're already at 63 with almost 4 minutes left. Had 30 at half, so obviously increased the pace. Not only that, but their shooting percentage has to be extremely high, and the reason is they're getting great shots, and they're all close to the basket.
Tyson, a three, and it goes in. He can hit from about anywhere. That's his 4th three-pointer tonight. Oh, look at this one. A little off balance, got a guy in his face.
Look at how deep that is. I mean, that's beyond NBA range. And there's a guy jumping into his face. And he's a phenomenal shooter. I'd like to see Zach develop a little bit more off the dribble. I think that would make his game so hard to defend. Defenders have no fear of getting up on him because they don't fear him blowing by them. I think if he could add a little off the dribble, that would open up his three-point game even more. Because you can see how potent of a shooter he is. I mean, you just can't give him an inch. He's got a great quick release.
Senior, and last year playing for his dad, and a 4-year varsity player for the Orioles.
That's pretty fun, pretty neat for Coach Tyson to coach your son. And again, look at field goal percentage. I mean, 53% for Park Center, and give them credit. They're 0 for 6. They realized, hey, we can get better shots. They're not settling for jump shots, so I give them a ton of credit. In that 17 to 7 free throws, that just tells me Park Center is applying a little bit more pressure, attacking the rim.
And Osseo, no free throw attempts here in the second half. All 7 of those came in the first half. And Park Center just had 4 free throw attempts at halftime, so 13 tries here in the second.
No, they've been a different team, really just transition, pushing the ball. They're in really good shape as well. And if you look, a lot of times teams have 1 or 2 guys that run hard. Park Center, all 5 guys run hard in transition. That's when it's really hard to defend.
Chapman out to Broadway to the corner. Back out. Broadway will back it out a little bit here on the dribble. Now will start a drive. Tomba, one dribble and then back out high. And then the release to the left side.
You can see Park Center, this is smart. They're just slowing it down. Not in a hurry. They're going to make Osseo come out and guard them, and they know they got the quickness advantage. They can penetrate, and just like that. That's just a great possession. You take 30 seconds off the clock, you extend the defense, and then you utilize your quickness, attack the basket. That's a beautiful possession.
Tommy Chapman now with 14 points. Tyson churns, another 3 is good.
You know how hard that is when you're running, you turn to your left like that, you're not even squared up, you just turn and fire and knock it down. That's a big time move. What does he have, 5 threes now already?
5 threes, yeah. 11 here in the second half, 11 points, 19 total in the game, just 2 off his season average. Just over 2 minutes to go and a 9-point Park Center lead. Nice dish off. Chapman unable to corral the pass from Cook.
But I'll tell you, this is a big possession, John. If Osseo were able to get a 3, watch again, this is Tyson coming off. He's not even squared up. See that quick release. It's a big time move.
Yeah, they can get a basket. Yeah, it's a 2-possession game. Another 3, I mean. Oh, and then the pass too far behind Tyson. It's over and back. So they turn it over instead, and Park Center gets it back now with under 2 to go. Inbound for Cook, gets it into Broadway on the hand back off to Cook. The dish off, and Tomba lays it in for 2. So many baskets tonight have come off great passes on the inside too. Park Center very unselfish, Ryan.
Yep, they are. You know, we talked about it too in the pregame. They give up good shots for great shots, and when you have great athletes too, John, you can find the mismatch or the matchup that you want. And again, just a beautiful drive right here by Jarius Cook. He probably could have forced a layup out of that. Instead, he finds Tomba, and Tomba's had himself a game, leading scorer tonight with 15 points.
Our center beats the pressure. Broadway inside, up for Tomba. That one won't go, and he gets called for a foul. Defending Moba gets the rebound.
He said, the heck with 15. I'm going for 20 tonight. I love how Tomba plays. He's like a Energizer bunny. He's just got tons of energy. He's always sprinting and giving maximum effort. You know, what I can tell you, if this matchup, if Park Center prevails, John, not one team is going to want to see either of these guys in the playoffs.
Tyson fouled shooting a 3.
And I have a hunch that they'll meet for a third time. Very, very likely.
Tomba picks up a foul. Now the 5-team fouls for Park Center. After committing 12 in the first half, that was a big storyline going into halftime. And although Danger picked up a 4th foul here in the second half, in the end, it doesn't matter.
No, and I really thought Danger, you know, second half didn't have a huge impact. Had a couple of nice assists, you know, where he pushed it in transition, but I just thought the key here, you know, Kahari Broadway coming in, having a big second half. Jarius Cook finally got it going. Tommy Chapman had a big half. And then you throw in 2, you know, with Tomba with his 15 points. I mean, just really good balance, what we talked about.
Off of Purnell and out, so Osseo still with a fighting chance here. With 58 seconds to go, they trail by 9. And a timeout taken here by Osseo.
No, and win or lose, I love what both coaches are doing. They're teaching right now. This is great. Both of these teams win a lot of their games, and they win them pretty handily sometimes. So anytime you can get in a game, even Tim Tyson right now, the odds of winning are pretty low. But you might find yourself in a situation like this, especially in the playoffs, where we need a 3 here. Okay, here, let's practice executing 3, quick foul. And Park Center on the flip side, we got a lead, we're not in a hurry. Let's practice taking time off the clock, making them foul us, being patient.
Next couple games for Osseo. Next week they'll host Spring Lake Park on Tuesday, and then at Irondale on Friday. For Park Center, at Totino Grace Tuesday, and then the Battle of Brooklyn Park next Friday. They're home here against Champlin Park. So Osseo with the possession, under a minute to go, trailing by 9. Tyson trying to free himself up for a 3. Chapman wouldn't let him.
That's great defense.
Tyson gets it up over Chapman again. This time doesn't go. Comes up short. Rebounded by Broadway. Gets the return pass back, and they get into the front court. And a foul, and Broadway is going to go to the line.
That was great defense by that gentleman right there, Jarius Cook. He had an absolute alert on Tyson, and it was a great shot fake. He didn't go for it. He stayed down and forced a really difficult shot. Excellent defense.
And we talked about the balanced scoring in our pregame tonight, and that certainly has held true again for Park Center tonight. So many guys contributing. Broadway here in the second half. Cook, it was Danger in the first half. Tomba, Chapman.
Well, they're going to end up with really 6 guys between 7 and 15 points. You know, and on the Osseo side, you know, when so many of your points come from Emmett Page, he had a down night. He's 8 points below his average.
Drives to the basket here, not good, and rebounded by Park Center, by Broadway, and a foul, and that should do it.
Yeah. to Page's credit, how many of those kind of layups has he had where they're just in and out and just don't quite fall?
Broadway, the junior, back to the line. This is still Park Center's got some players that are going to be coming back next year, too. I know it's early to look at next year, but you look at Broadway's one of them. Broadway, Frierson, Tomba, Danger, and Chapman all played tonight, and all are coming back.
You know, and even a couple of Frierson is only a sophomore. He got the start, and yeah, the cupboard is full. I'll tell you what, I've watched a couple of the Park Center JV games too beforehand. They got some talent coming up as well. So this is a great rivalry. This is a great game. And again, when you have great coaches and athletic players and great cultures and obviously the rivalry aspect of it, I can already look ahead to that, March time, February time. It's going to be a heck of a section, and I would not be surprised at all to see both of these teams playing for the chance to go to the state tournament.
Broadway foul with 10 seconds to go, and Park Center is going to win this one to improve to 13-3 on the season. Osseo dropped to 12-3. Fell behind by 6 at 43-37. Then went on a big 19-3 run. We're never headed after that.
Yep. Really all changed too. I thought when they started picking up that three-quarter court press they did. And they forced Osseo into a couple of quick turnovers, which led to easy baskets in transition. And credit Park Center's defense too. Osseo just, other than Tyson, who kind of got going there a little bit in the second half, but a lot of those came too when the game was kind of out of hand towards the end. But really good win, big win. And like Coach Ware said, he just felt like Osseo had their number. So this is a big win just for the kids' confidence level for Park Center too. And it's going to set up the grudge match, hopefully, in the playoffs.
72-58, Park Center. It's a little payback for the loss 3+ weeks ago at Osseo. And a big second half for the Pirates, and they win it by 14.
Yeah, it didn't feel like 14, right? It was pretty close, back and forth. It looked like Park Center early in this game had control, and Osseo comes roaring back. They get the tip right before half to take a 2-point lead and come out, get off to a strong start. It looked like maybe Osseo was taking control, and here comes Park Center storming back, and they're fired up. This is a big win. They know how important this win was. Just from a confidence and experience standpoint, these kids now believe if we have to play Osseo again, we can do it. And you can see how excited them and their fans are. Pretty fun atmosphere here at Park Center.
I know, as you have talked about how much fun it is to play in front of your peers, right? And get a big win on your home floor.
I'll tell you this, I played in college, played in front of 12, 14,000 people, and a third of the stadium is empty. I'd rather play in front of 1,000 or 1,500 and it's packed, and you're playing with kids and friends that you've had since first grade. It means so much at the high school level, and you can tell just by the atmosphere tonight and how much it means to the kids. What an awesome feeling.
Al is standing by now with a couple of winning Pirates.
Hey guys, these two juniors usually combine an average of 15 points together in a game. Tonight, 29 points. We start with Tommy Chapman. This is the ultimate redemption game. You guys lost 7 games ago by just 1 point. How does this one compare?
It feels so good. We know that it was going to be a tough game. We just had to come out, fight, and then we had to get it done.
You guys trailed by 2 points at halftime, but midway through the second, you guys really seemed to figure out your offense. What changed?
We were just slowing down, looking for each other, weren't rushing anything. We were just getting the shots we wanted, and they were falling for us.
What about your performance tonight? You average just 9 points a game, but tonight you got 14. Talk about that.
My teammates were just looking for me. I was cutting, getting open, getting easy buckets, and they were just falling for me.
What does a win like this say about your team?
We just can do anything when we put our minds to it.
Congratulations. We'll bring in Emmanuel Tombo over here. Emmanuel, Osseo likes to keep the pace slow, and for the second time in a row this year, you guys have forced them out of their comfort zone. How have you been able to do that?
Well, our coach been preaching to us. We got to put the pressure on them. We came out hungry. They beat us last time by 1, and that just fueled us even more and motivated us even more.
Talk about your guys' defensive effort, because you guys kind of had some control of the first half, then they caught up a little bit towards halftime, and then the second half you were able to maintain your lead.
Well, I went back to this weekend practice. We had a really tough practice. We went after each other, and in our locker room we talked to each other like, man, this team isn't better than us. We could go out and do anything, and we got it done.
These guys are so pumped. 10 games left in the regular season. What is it in store for this team after a big win like this?
It's only going to take our confidence higher. Hopefully we win out the rest of this season, but we got to take it one game at a time.
We'll let you go enjoy it with your team.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, thanks, Allie. And Brian, there were two guys that contributed. You talked about that final balance that Park Center had, and Tamba with 15 points, Tommy Chapman with 14, 12 for Broadway, 10 for Danger, 8 for Cook, and they end up with a win at the end. And it was the defense, I thought, that turned the corner.
Well, when you have that kind of balance, John, you have other players step up. You can afford to win with your best player, your leading scorer, Darius Cook, having maybe a subpar game. On the Osseo side, for them to win and to score with Park Center, they need Page and they need Tyson to be at or above their season averages. They can't afford to be off a little bit. And I'll tell you what, depth and balance, speed, athleticism, and then you add in the size with Danger and what he can bring to the table. You can see why Park Center is a handful, and I also give Osseo a lot of credit. I think they're as well coached as they are, John, and as you can tell, their players know how to play. They know how to win games. It's going to set up for a heck of a rematch, hopefully, down the road.
Tyson with 21 points and Page 15 in losing effort for the Orioles. So that'll do it for our telecast. Good game here tonight. And thanks to all of our great crew and Brian Iverson and Allie Arlt. I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for tuning in for our live coverage tonight. High school boys basketball. Park Center winning over Osseo 72-58.